Hello and welcome to a new episode of 7 Facts. If you love geography and history, subscribe right now. I promise it'll be worth it. Ingushetia is a federal subject of Russia, a republic located in the North Caucasus region. In terms of area, apart from the federal cities, Ingushetia is the smallest of all the federal subjects of the country. Home to the Ingush people, a Vainakh ethnic group related to Chechens, Ingushetia is one of the most unstable regions of Russia, which in turn caused it to also be one of the poorest. This republic was established in 1992 by splitting the Chechen-Ingush Autonomous Soviet Socialist Republic into two separate entities. Although it's one of Russia's most beautiful regions with one of the richest history and culture, Ingushetia remains locked in a stagnant situation with periodic violent outbreaks, which means traveling here is not recommended. Russian historians claim that the Ingush volunteered to become a part of Russia. This conclusion is based mostly on a document signed in 1810 by two Ingush representatives. However, other clans resisted the Russian conquest for many years. This occurred during the Caucasian Wars, when the Russian Empire attempted to gain these territories. The Russian conquest was extremely difficult and the Russian forces began to rely on an extreme method of colonization, extermination of the local population and repopulation of the area with Cossacks, Russians and Ossetian loyalists. The Ingush fought back fiercely, but were ultimately no match for the imperial soldiers. After the losses, the remaining Ingush clans resorted mostly to underground resistance. So as you can see, the history between Russians and Ingush is a controversial one and is part of the cause of instability to this day. Another cause of resentment also comes from history. During World War II, in 1942, German forces entered the North Caucasus. For 3 weeks, Germans captured over half of the North Caucasus region. They were only stopped at two Chechen-Ingush cities, Malgobek and Ordzhonikidze. But despite this, Soviet propaganda portrayed Chechens and Ingush as traitors. On February 23, 1944, Ingush and Chechens were falsely accused of collaborating with the Nazis. As a result, an operation under the codename Lentil was carried out and the entire Ingush and Chechen populations were deported to Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan and Siberia on the orders of Soviet leader Joseph Stalin. Classified today as a genocide, this tragedy caused the death of about 200,000 people. The capital city of Ingushetia is the city of Magas. It was founded in 1995 and replaced Nazran as the capital of the republic in 2002. Founded to serve for the republic's administrative needs, the population steadily grew from 100 people in 2001 to almost 9,000 today. Even so, it's still the smallest capital of a federal subject in Russia. This beautiful brand new city is still rapidly expanding and has the potential to become the primary urban center of Ingushetia. Largely due to the insurgency in the North Caucasus, Ingushetia remains one of the poorest and most unstable regions of Russia. According to Human Rights Watch in 2008, the republic has been destabilized by corruption, high-profile crimes, anti-government protests, attack on soldiers and officers, Russian military excesses, and a deteriorating human rights situation. Unemployment is estimated to be around 53% and growing poverty remains a major issue. Currently, over 90% of Ingushetia's revenue comes in the form of subsidies from Moscow. As if all these problems weren't enough, in 2018 a border agreement between Ingushetia and Chechnya further inflamed the situation in the republic. According to the agreement, Ingushetia transferred 340 square kilometers, that is, about 9% of its territory, to Chechnya. This land has been claimed by Chechnya for years, even though the two republics had several border agreements recognizing these frontiers. This deal sparked widespread public opposition, outdoor rallies, clashes with police, and arrests of activists. As of 2019, protests were still ongoing, further hurting the stability and economy of the region. Some of the most interesting features in Ingushetia are their towers. These so-called Vainakh towers were used as dwellings or had a military purpose. Some combined both functions. The tradition of living in towers date back to at least 2000 years and survived all the way to the Middle Ages. Having several floors, they could be used as homes, shelters for animals, storage, and defense. The fact that these people used to live in towers offers us a glimpse of just how hard it must have been to survive in these lands, and yet somehow they did it. These towers dot the rugged landscape of Ingushetia to this day, offering one hell of a view. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. Leave your comments downstairs and don't forget there's a Patreon page where you can support this channel. I hope to see you next time. Bye.